But no, when I was like
insane.
12,
Yeah.
I was on a pro-life panel in Modesto, California, because I'm adopted, and they had me come on, and I talked for probably 90 seconds. But as a kid, and I don't remember what station it was or anything, but somehow through church, they're like, yeah, maybe Dom will go on there. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. So
That's
You were adopted?
cool.
yeah,
Nice.
at birth. Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What a testimony.
Yeah.
That's great.
Have you ever done a DNA test?
I did. And I found them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't tell you the story. So I found them. Thank God I was adopted.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah, this is.
do you
all
care if
recorded,
this is, we're already recording, this will be behind a paywall?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Our,
Totally cool.
Our two patrons
Before
would
you
see
tell
it.
us
It's good
all
that,
your-
yeah.
Terry
yeah.
Malarkey and John Hyde will see this. only.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I love Terry Malarkey.
huh?
Should I say hi to the
I
camera?
love
Yeah.
John
Hi,
Hyde.
Terry. Good to see you, man. Love
Hi,
you, bro.
John. My bestie.
That's his reading thing, right? I mean, that's what he does, right?
You got to blow a kiss with it.
Oh, okay.
He's a patron.
Okay.
Love
Yeah.
you, Terry.
Okay, he doesn't like Cheney, which I appreciated immensely on Tuesday night. For
Well,
him.
and
What?
Liz Cheney.
Liz Cheney.
Oh, Liz Cheney.
Yeah.
Here's the thing I'll tell you about Terry. I've
Yo,
gotten to know him,
what?
right?
And that I saw that too. I was like, man, he's on our team there. That's cool.
Well,
I
actually,
mean, we're all looking for
Probably
unity.
more than we
80,
realized.
I would
Yeah.
say 85% he's on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you sat down with him, and
Yeah.
this is the thing, like me and Terry, we're gonna talk crap to each other.
Yeah.
It's funny that
Yeah.
he was our first patron supporter.
Yeah.
He was the first one to pay to be an insider of what's happening in Idaho. We just launched that. We've only advertised it once. We only have 2
Right.
patrons so far.
Okay.
Hopefully it'll grow.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, the sponsorship, that's, it's great and everything. It's, insider exclusive. Dom is actually going to be our newest sponsor, Terry and John. But, it's
Mentioned
cool,
my
but
name
we
at
do
this
need, we need to get more money to really expand this. Because
Yeah.
again, look, I'm doing the video. I'm doing all these things. It's not the easiest thing in the world. I
Right.
have to sync this up.
Right.
I have to sync that to this. Then I
Right.
have to sync that to this.
Right.
Then I have to cut to when I want it to be me and her, to you, to me,
Mhm.
to her.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Then I got to upload it on Rumble,
Right.
Patreon, YouTube, Facebook,
Yeah.
all the podcast spots. Dude,
Work.
I've done that, and you're obviously way better at me, I'm sure, than that stuff. But I remember it being like 4 times the time. Like if you're going to try to create 30 minutes,
mhm.
it takes 4 times at least that time.
I can see
create that.
2 hours, yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's why I want to switch it. I actually want to start integrating. I have a switcherboard, right?
Mhm.
I want to integrate it to where these cameras are just, dude, I wish I didn't use these cameras for other work, because I
Mhm.
own a video production company.
Right.
If I didn't use these, I would leave them set up just how they are, and we would just go live.
Yeah.
Because I can
Yeah.
go live on all those platforms at once.
Right.
And then I can also have it where it records, and then I upload it directly to Spotify.
Right. Right.
Like, it would be so convenient. But the problem is that I got to go, switch things out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm honestly considering, so this is a $6,000 camera.
Right.
Holy.
That one's about $1,400.
Yeah.
I almost think, man, I want to sell that, get a bunch more of these, like 2 or 3. If I could get 2 more of
You could
those,
leave 'em.
if I could get 2 of those,
Yeah.
I would be in heaven, because I would probably set them up. My ideal would be to have 3 cameras.
Right.
One on me and her, as we have right now,
Mhm.
one on the guest,
Mhm.
right? And then one on all of us.
Right. Right.
Yeah, from further away. Right.
And
Yeah.
then just get somebody to come down here and press a switcherboard. Like, okay, we're talking. All right, now Dom's starting to talk. Click this button.
Right. Right.
If you think my 12-year-old can handle that, you've got him.
I bet he could. He absolutely could.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
thing is that, like I said, it's a lot of work. Even coming in and setting up the cameras. I know most people think, oh, you come in, you set up cameras. It's not that simple.
You
Right.
came an hour before this.
I came an hour. Look, I came an hour before this, and I don't have any lights set up.
Right.
And it's really just because it's like, why would I set up lights right now?
Yeah.
Like, again, it goes back to when I'm working on the podcast.
Mhm.
If I paid myself, let's say that, if I paid myself, I'm probably making a penny an hour.
Right. That's
Sweet.
crazy. That's crazy.
Sweet.
So,
Big
but-
goals.
It's one of those things. This is a passion project.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think it's so important. Also, be careful with tapping your foot on there.
Okay.
Any sort of banging on the microphones, anything like that,
We'll mess the audio up.
will mess it up. Yeah,
Okay.
we've got these beautiful springs on here.
Yeah.
Right, we've got expensive microphones.
Yeah.
really cheap holders. So it's
I'll
like,
be extra
it's
careful.
it's a banjo, dude. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna play it for you guys. That's what
And the
we do.
audio
and
pick
you
that
can't
up.
hear it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can hear it just
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's great.
it's one of those things that this is a passion project.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll
Yeah.
tell you one of the biggest reasons I love it. First off, I love that people appreciate it and love it,
Right.
and that they tune in every week.
Right.
That's a huge deal to me.
All
Right.
12 of our listeners.
All 12
according
of
to-
our listeners, according to who?
Who was the Shellman
Oh.
brother or
No,
something?
Oh,
you
yeah.
got more than that.
Oh, we do,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it's kind of a joke. It's like
Yeah.
Nate Shellman.
Yeah.
He says he has, 14 listeners.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things that it's like I also enjoy it because it's really solidified our relationship. And when I say relationship, we started out friendly,
Mm-hmm.
and
Just fellow PCs.
yeah, and she is like a sister to me now.
Yeah.
Like I
Like that big, older, annoying sister.
Yeah.
Because
not annoying.
I'm 15 years old. Like I could have babysat him.
She could have.
That's
Hard,
true. He is
easily.
he is a young whippersnapper.
I am, and
Yep.
you can almost believe it when I wear a hat to hide my receding hairline. But it's one of those things that we've grown really close.
Yeah.
Like I adore her and her family,
Yeah.
and I just enjoy our time together.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a lot of, I know your siblings, except for your sister, are all out of state.
Yeah, my brother's
Texas?
in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
My whole family is not in Idaho.
One of,
So
one of the
They're in the
wild things
communist
with
country
this
of
whole
Oregon.
thing is how patriots have found each other.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
yeah,
There was a time, there was months where you, and I'm sure I was in yours, you were in my feed, people you may know.
mm-hmm.
And I knew you were involved.
Yeah.
I was like, who's that guy? He looks like he's kind of up to something. I was always intrigued, but we had like 50 mutual friends. I'm like, that guy's a patriot. He's a conservative. But I wonder like what his angle is. I wonder if he trusts me because I'm like, I've been here 5 years, but it's,
Mhm.
It's one of those.
but then we
things-
got to know each other
Yeah.
in the last election and like really started working together a lot. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
Solidified
we're on the same
everything.
team here.
Yeah.
We're totally on the same team.
It's amazing how your patriot family, really grows and
Yeah.
becomes, like you're one of my really good friends.
Yeah.
You're somebody I can call and I can count on, and vice
Right.
versa.
Right.
Doesn't matter what it is, you give me a
Right.
call. I'm gonna
Right.
figure it out, and I'm gonna
Right.
help you.
Yep.
And I know you're the same way. And there's
Yeah.
so many people like that in the movement,
Yeah.
if you will. I don't know that I hate when people call things a movement.
I know it's like
the bowel movement,
It's
for whatever it
for
is.
lack of better term, right?
Yeah,
Right.
We're
But-
trying to change the trajectory of Idaho. What do you call that?
I just love that people, we all have our, here I am, I just did it. We all have our things, right? Everybody likes to use labels of, patriots and, whatever. But for me, it's, I don't know, those names don't hold the same weight that they used to
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Because they become so diluted, they become used. It's
Right.
kind of like when people, it's like power words in a sentence, right?
Yeah.
When somebody goes to go, because they don't know what to say.
Right.
Well, you can replace that with a word, right? Like
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Hey, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, yada, yada, yada.
You never say
But if you-
absolutely.
No, you know why? Because it's a power word.
Right.
The minute you start using it as a filler word, what happens?
It gets diluted. Right.
It loses
right,
its power.
right.
It's
right.
no longer a power word. So
Like
instead
common sense conservative.
yeah, jeez.
I've been saying platform Republican. Is that bad?
You know what?
I like it because it's
Is it?
redirecting with truth,
You know what my
Or
favorite
litmus
list
test.
especially with rhinos.
Yeah.
They have liberal tendencies. They're advocating for liberal principles,
Correct.
Yeah.
and we see it. We know it. We know what it smells like. We know what it looks like.
Yep.
And they're claiming, "Oh, I'm a traditional Republican. You're the extremist." No, I'm on board with the platform.
Yeah.
You moved to the center. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is I stopped using Rhino, or at least I really try not to anymore.
Yeah, I know.
I want to be a little, because they call us rhinos. They say, you guys are libertarians, you're the rhinos.
Again, that word just gets diluted. Like it doesn't have a meaning anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
So I
right.
call people now liberal Republicans.
I've used that.
You
Yeah.
said JFK Democrats. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It's
that's too
accurate.
nice.
Yeah.
That's too nice because JFK was right of center of his party.
Well, I say, they're pro-life and they've got some social leanings that are more conservative, but they love to spend money. So I do think there's some similarities between JFK Democrats and our moderate Republicans. I just do. And
You're right, but can I tell you my
Yeah.
perspective with that?
Mhm.
When I say JFK, do you think horrible president or good?
no, good.
Okay. I don't want to associate people who want to raise taxes and do
think-
that.
Great
Well-
president, bad husband.
Yeah. So,
Just
yeah.
honesty.
I know,
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
it's
just-
okay. That's okay. I wouldn't want to be married to him.
right.
I mean, I wouldn't tell my sister like go marry Trump,
No, correct.
but I'll vote for him.
right.
Yeah.
It's just having a sober-minded view of leadership
Right.
and
It's
what
not
you
my
need as a
pastor.
CEO of a country.
Yeah. I just think liberal Republican is the best. It's still kind of a, and it also makes them think, well, what makes them think I'm a liberal?
You won't sign the
Republican.
platform.
Yeah.
Little detail.
I do say I'm a platform Republican.
Right.
And then the other thing I'm going to start claiming, because I don't give a rat's what anybody says.
Yeah.
They can try and associate it with, oh, he's a white national. I've already been called all this crap.
Yeah.
I am a Christian nationalist,
Right.
period.
Yeah.
I am, call me the extreme Christian nationalist.
Yeah.
I believe Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, and I believe in securing our country and putting our veterans and the
Right.
American citizens first.
Yep.
Call me a nationalist.
and
Yeah.
a capitalist.
Yeah, I'm a free market capitalist
Yeah.
too. Boy,
Yeah.
boy, am
Yeah.
I. You'll see me wearing a pink hat if it makes me a couple $1,000. I'm just kidding.
You got to draw a line somewhere,
I
right?
know. I'm like,
No,
well,
you know what's funny is I always said, you know what? I will, because I am a free market capitalist, I'll pretty much take a lot of work.
Mhm.
But I have my hard lines with
Mhm.
my political consulting firm.
Mhm.
I say I won't do anything that promotes the ending of a human life.
Right.
So abortion, right?
Right.
But that includes, now I can't work with Democrats, and I won't. I don't want to anyways. I don't
Right.
want to expand their platform
Right.
because they are supporting murdering children.
Right. Right.
okay. Insert. I just heard that the Republican who is in what's the district that Christie Zito whatever.
Oh, yeah, the Satanist. Oh, he's not a Satanist. That's not fair.
atheist,
He's an atheist.
And he's not pro-life. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my Lanta.
And he won the primary?
Out of, there was
Kirst-
4.
Yeah,
She
Christy
didn't
didn't rerun.
Right. It was open. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, in the redistricting, there were
Yeah.
4
So-
people, but I'm like, how did that guy slip through?
Well,
Well, how did
he'll be at one
500
term.
people elect the mayor of Middleton?
Yeah.
The town of 8,000 people. It's totally corrupt.
You know, here's the thing, though. A lot of
Yeah.
times people don't know. And people, what we do is we fall back to name association.
Mhm.
We've been doing it forever. That's why, and Rule, right? Steve Rule
Mm-hmm.
and Rule Steel.
Yeah.
It's a name association. It's kind of like, I was
barely
talking.
won, though.
He did. Yeah.
There are so many candidates that
Yeah.
was like, dude, you shouldn't be running for mayor. You're not up for this.
I'm glad you said it and I
I'm
didn't
just-
have to.
I thought that, but I can't vote because I'm 100 feet outside city limits. It's literally my front. What used to be 40 acres in front of me is now, houses. Some houses.
I sat down in a non-sit down way with one of the candidates
Mhm.
that I was getting told by, conservatives, back this person. And all I can say is when I met this person, I was unenthusiastic
Mm-hmm.
and I did not feel comfortable, number one, with supporting this person.
Uh-huh.
And number two, with this person winning. Not because I think this person was a bad person, because that is absolutely not the case. But we're going to have a real conversation here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Make America Great Again MAGA type people
Uh-huh.
Skishy.
that are just morons.
Right.
They are freaking idiots.
I know who you're talking about.
And
I followed the race as much as I could.
Yeah.
It was 2020 or 2019. So there
Yeah.
wasn't much going on.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
one of those things like, don't sit here and tell me, act like, I don't know. It reminds me of like family members, right? You've
Yeah.
always got that one family member
Yeah.
who's smoking a cigarette and has the answers to everything in life.
Yes.
And
yes.
if they don't, it's you. So you know.
And they like to use
yeah.
the words trust me. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Well, Donald Trump's going to become president here in
Any minute.
in 30 days.
Yeah, he's going to come in
30
a
days.
chariot out of the sky and take back the White House. And
Bro,
It's
I'm telling you,
like
I'm telling you.
Like,
they've been
don't
falling
fall
Q for
into
the
that.
last
I
5
know. I feel bad for them, but
Yeah.
it's sad.
These are the QAnon people.
yes.
It's the Q people.
And most of us don't even know what that was, never heard of it
No, I
until
had
I
research
made
today.
fun of it the entire time.
Yeah.
I knew what it was when people started telling me, Q this, Q that. I went and I looked at what this person was saying,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I should be Q. I can write stupid crap that means
Yeah.
nothing.
I'll be cute. How you
Birds-
makes you wonder how many are there? Is it just like
Oh no!
I
that's
imagine
probably
it's a whole
multiple.
bunch of people
Trolling.
that it's a game.
We could do
this
that
is
for-
this is just a game to them.
Dude,
Can we do that for liberals and like figure out some way to do?
Well, no, the media
Joe
and the,
Biden has
the media and the
Corner of that
government,
market.
the media and the government fill the role.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
For them, they have the media and the government that are basically that's their cue.
But
You're right.
here's
Look what the media put out with COVID and the crush
Yeah.
the curve and the. I remember taking screenshots where they said like, they were saying like 200,000 or 300,000 people in Idaho were going to die, and I'm like, this is crazy. This is like horror movie stuff. This is like the Night of the Living Dead stuff. This can't.
I'm
this
fat.
Is crazy.
I'm fat. So when
this
I heard
is
that,
end
I
of
was
the
like,
world stuff here.
know.
They're talking about.
Since I'm fat, I was like, when I heard that, I was like, well, it's been nice knowing you guys. Laid back. No, you know what? The whole Q thing, I look at it and I'm like, when you read the stuff, it's like, well, shoot, I could write that. Birds fly west. Don't flush on Sundays.
Yeah.
Trust the plan. And somebody's going to look at that and go,
Watch the water.
Fly
Trust the
west.
plan. I love
Watch
that.
the water.
fly
Oh,
west.
man.
Okay. Trump is going to California to speak. Okay. Don't flush on Sundays.
That means something.
That means don't, we're not taking down the bad guys yet. But Monday is a new morning.
It
We
means
got to trust plan.
California's out of water. Don't flush, and he's coming to Cali.
Well, and it's like the more time goes on, it's like, are these poor people just in denial, or are they that deceived? Like what? I mean, early on, I saw a lot of people like,
need
oh,
hope.
something's going on. But I mean, pretty much by the inauguration, I was like, okay. For me, it was like, okay, the process. We have rule of law. Look at certification. We have a process,
Yeah.
and you have to work within that process because that's what binds us all together, supposedly,
Right.
that we're equal in the eyes of the law.
Yeah.
And there's a process that plays out, and it's not a perfect process. But once that process is done, it's like, okay, Biden's now the president. It really sucks, and I think there's a lot of fraud, but you
Yeah.
can't.
For
There's it's imperfect system because imperfect people run it.
Exactly.
And
Condoms,
yeah.
frankly.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. And like when I hear my family members say, well, the military's working with Trump, they're going to take back the White House here in 30 days. I'm like, look, I know you don't smoke crack. But now I'm starting to question,
well, no,
am I
they're
smoking
talking
crack?
about-
Are you not
That's
real?
basically saying a civil war is going to start. That's what that's saying. A full-on civil war is going to erupt in America, and that's extreme.
Yeah.
And I don't want that ever to happen.
No.
And I don't. Thankfully, it's not really what's going on. There's just
Dude,
some
you know,
people that are deceived.
there's people who fantasize about that.
Yeah.
They fantasize about their Red Dawn moment, whatever it looks like. But you know what the problem is, Dom? It's not healthy looking people like you who fantasize about it.
It's not people that can fight and know how to shoot.
It's tactical fat Joe wearing a tack vest
So true.
with a
I
large
know.
with a large McDonald's fry connected where
Is he wearing one of
ammo
those
should
hats
be.
with
Can't run 100 feet, let alone a mile.
You know what? You know why I don't like. I have a lot of friends that go out and actively train,
Yeah.
right, with their ARs.
Yeah.
And they invite me, and I thought, I'm not going to be the fat guy there. Go to hell. I'm going to do
There's
this
some
stuff
huskier
quietly.
guys we train with. There's some huskier guys we train with. They struggle though.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we all struggle because
but-
if you're not sweating and
Right.
struggling, it's not really training. It's,
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, is that it's just like the militia movements, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
When you go look at the people,
Right.
they don't look like you.
Right.
When you go look at the people, they look like me but uglier.
Longer
Not all.
hair, longer.
Longer
Sure.
hair. And they've got their tactical mustache,
Right.
which when I had back surgery,
Tactical mustache. That's a good one there.
yeah, when
You
I
gotta
had
coin that.
back surgery, and I was on painkillers, it's amazing how it goes from, oh, it's taking care of the pain to real fast, like, oh, I feel really good,
Yeah.
which is not a good thing.
No.
But when I was recovering, I was in such bad pain, it just kind of like,
Right.
it's like, it was one extreme or the other. Either you have a lot of pain or all of a sudden it's like, oh, I feel good.
Yeah.
At that point, I had a tactical mustache. I thought I didn't think I actually looked like House, but I was like, damn, you know what? I actually look good in a mustache. And I felt like House because I was walking with a cane. I was like, man, I look good. And then I got off the painkillers. I was like, nah, we're not going to do that again for a while.
Those are the pain medication talking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, mercy.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's hilarious. Okay, we got to go back to his story.
Which
So yeah, I am adopted.
12 years old.
Yeah.
Doing a pro-life thing.
Yeah, it was through our church in Modesto, California, and I hardly remember. I mean, because I'm 44, so 12's like it's been a little bit. But they knew I was adopted, and I had volunteered with what's called back then I believe it was called the Modesto Pregnancy Center, and I actually dated a gal in junior high, I guess. If you call it dating, she was my girlfriend for like a couple of months. Real sweet gal, beautiful gal. Her mom was involved with the pregnancy center. I think her mom ran it. Awesome people, and I think that's how I got connected in with it. We would like stuff and do mailers, you know, just a bunch of junior hires volunteering. And so I ended up like speaking for like 90 seconds on a radio panel. There was like 4 or 5 kids in the studio in Modesto, California, and I remember. It's probably the main conservative.
You probably didn't have the voice then.
I don't think so. I think it was coming on, but yeah, I think
a high,
I don't know if it was that high.
That
but
change.
No, he sounded exactly like this. You know what you sound like? You sound like a professional wrestler when you talk.
Really?
In the sense of like your voice, it's mature.
Sunday.
No, it's you got a little bit of like, I just woke up. Or something to it.
A little gruff.
A little bit of
Remember
gruff.
Spider-Man, the first one? Bonesaw, where you going, boy? Remember that? The guy that was funny.
Stay away from those movies.
I mean when I say wrestler, I don't actually mean like going full K-Fed.
Yeah.
I just mean like a normal person who's
right.
got a good amount of testosterone running through their body.
Right.
Well, I got rid of my hair.
Okay, so you were adopted. You were adopted. You took a DNA test. Go back to that.
Yeah, I was adopted at birth. So my parents, awesome people, Christian couple. They just celebrated 50 years. They live in Middleton.
Oh,
you've met my dad.
Yeah, I've met your dad.
He's in Dosh's precinct. And so they moved up here. We moved up here. And so they prayed. They wanted a baby boy. And they had my older sister and a lot of complications. This is back in the 70s. And the doctor's like, yeah, you're not going to be able to have kids anymore. And they were praying for a baby boy. And the whole church was praying, apparently. This story I was told. And someone knew someone that knew someone that there was a young gal that got pregnant, like at 17, like a one night, basically Halloween 77.
Right.
Here I am. That's what came out of that. And
could have been prom 77.
yeah, I mean,
like
back
things.
then it was wild. I mean, it's like so anyway, this gal was pregnant and was obviously considering abortion. I don't know how much she considered it. I'm guessing it was definitely on the table because I have traced them down and found them. But the story I was told is that God came to her in a dream and said, have this baby. You need to have this baby, which is pretty wild. And I've had some dreams like that, just little glimpses that like, okay, that was God. Like there's no way pizza or my imagination could create that. But anyway, so she decided to have me, and then it was literally, it wasn't like an agency. It was kind of like word of mouth, like, hey, someone's pregnant. Someone knows someone. Hey, there's this couple that want a baby boy and they've been praying for that. And the rest is history. I was adopted at birth.
Like a doorstep story. Like, here you go.
I was adopted at birth, and
awesome.
Thank God I was, because I would have been raised by a single mom who has way different political views than I do, which is interesting. I mean, just is where I am. I love her, but she's in a totally different.
Okay. You guys still talking and everything?
I try to stay in touch. We talked more when I first found her a few years ago, but I should get a hold of her. I don't talk to her as much as I need to, but I found both parents. And
the dad too?
Yeah. I found both
of them.
Say? So he was blown away because he never knew I existed.
Right.
So I mean, obviously she knew I was out there.
Right.
So
she gave birth to me.
What did he say?
He was just ecstatic. It was, for him, it was a huge blessing. He never had any other kids. Neither of them did.
Oh, wow.
So I was it. I was just like, the oops accident was it for as far as biological children. So so I found them, and I've built a relationship, probably more time with the dad because he contacts me a lot. and a lot more in common there. And it's, for him, he never knew I existed. So I think he really is trying to make up for lost time.
Yeah.
You sense that, and he'll tell me things like that. But so it's just an interesting story. But my parents told me when I was like 5, 6 years old, like, hey, you're adopted, and here's what that means. They didn't want me to like find out, and they were very honest with me about it. And it was really interesting finding the biological parents because, things my parents had told me, little tidbits, all of course were true. And then there were things they forgot about that I came back and shared with them. My biological mother had a lot of complications delivering me. I was I guess a pain in the ass. I guess that didn't change. But she was in the hospital, I think, a few days afterwards.
Were you big baby?
I think I was like average. I mean, I'm only 5'9". I couldn't have been that big. I mean, but I think she just had a lot of complications, just medically, I think. So she was in there for a few days. And my mom, who raised me and adopted, that's my real mom. She went to the hospital and like prayed with her and like spent time with her a few times after.
Awesome.
How did your parents feel knowing that you contacted them?
They were cool with it. I went and told them beforehand because because I was always wondering, like, I tan really well. I mean, I'm maybe, do I have some like maybe Spanish DNA? I was just curious because we're all Heinz 57. There's no pure anybody. Nope. Like we're all descendants of Noah and Adam. So, I was just curious though, like, what am I? And I have a little bit of Native American, which I think is why the tan works. I love being in the sun, so it works well. And then a whole bunch of mix of European, like most of us. Yeah. Look at
and
that.
I'm Norwegian mostly.
Yeah, you tan pretty good too, though.
It's crazy. I didn't always. So
you
I
have
don't
you.
know.
If I was out in the sun,
did you do the DNA
never.
thing? I bet you have some like Indian in you too.
I wonder.
Native American.
We used to go to Indian dances. We'd sit on the roof with my parents and watch snake dances and rain dances and buy Maria's black beautiful pottery and bowls and kachina dolls and baskets and stuff and turquoise jewelry. So my dad had a huge fascination with the West and just but he was a historian.
You probably do. A lot of Americans do because I mean Native
I don't.
Native American.
I never wanted to give
I don't. I'm
DNA
actually
to anyone.
I'm pure white. I'm white as snow.
European
But here's what's
blood?
interesting.
Well, you're a mix of Western European stuff.
87% or 84% English.
Dude, you are a white nationalist.
Yeah. But you know what's funny?
Though, 'cause
What's funny is I grew up hearing your 3 different tribes of Native American. I was like, well,
yeah,
that
a
makes
lot
sense.
of people. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, that makes sense. I do tan really easily. I just
Yeah.
haven't been out in the sun lately.
yeah,
But I tan really easily. I don't usually burn.
yeah,
I just get darker.
yeah.
And when I took the DNA test, I was also told like you have 3 different tribes, but you're mostly German and Irish. Turns out that was not the case. Now I do have a little bit of German, very little. And the Irish thing can be explained.
Yeah.
And it's because we are Irish,
Mhm.
but it's not through blood.
Right.
What happened is if you look at the history of the Gibbons,
Uh-huh.
right? Or Gibbon is what they were called back then.
Right.
They were English settlers who went to Ireland,
Okay.
killed a bunch of people, stole their
Oops.
land, and enslaved the people, made them work for
Yeah.
them. So we are from Ireland.
Yeah. And you are an extremist.
not your traditional way.
I'm an extremist. Yeah.
Right? It's in his blood.
It is, apparently.
I can see the English though.
Yeah.
Like you definitely see the English. Yeah.
Well, good.
I think 38 or 40% Austrian.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah. I think 37 or 38. I think that's the
I did
highest.
a
Like
big
Nazi
percentage.
that coming.
I did not see that.
Get to the chopper. No.
All right, should we start the actual podcast? We gave 30 minutes almost of content. It's behind the scenes.
Yeah, we'll
Fun.
get started
Good to
and do
know
it.
Your
Yeah.
background, that's
Yeah,
cool.
this is fun.
Yeah,
and you're
very
right.
cool.
We found our tribe. It's pretty cool.
it is.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And we
group of
can't get
people.
frustrated with each other.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it as most of us are going to agree like 95, 98%.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not worth squabbling over the 2%.
Right.
And it's, you see, and a lot of times it's passion.
Yeah.
Passion can kind of get you. And no, I'm not even thinking about you. I'm thinking about some another situation that you guys are aware of if I brought it up. But it's just passion. It's excitement. It's passion. It's love for country and freedom and liberty. And then that's always balanced with strategy.
Yeah.
And we've talked a lot about
love
strategy this last
strategy.
primary. I mean, literally, you're a strategy guy. You're like a football coach. Like, we're going to win this game, and this is We're going to play the chess game and win.
Well, my company has a abnormally high success rate with clients we work with.
Right.
And look, I haven't reinvented the wheel.
And thank you, by the way, because I won.
Keep doing it.
Well, I'm not even talking about those races.
Yeah.
You know.
And that was tiny. Yeah.
But we have a really good success rate.
Yeah.
With a sign like "Let's go, Brandon."
It was easy.
Cheating, really.
It was easy.
It's cheating. Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to get on the ballot and they wouldn't let me. And it was kind of interesting because they let Butch Otter run as Butch Otter. Butch. His legal name is not Butch.
No. Makes no
sense.
And
that's one of the kind of underlying snakes in the grass in Idaho is selective enforcement of administrative code, selective enforcement of rules.
What's your middle name?
Lawrence.
Go. Oh,
so let's change it legally.
I thought about that, but I have an uncle I'm named after, and I couldn't do it.
There you go.
You know,
Uncle Larry.
Literally, my mind went exactly where yours did. I considered that. I'm like, no, I can't. I mean, it's my uncle.
Do a hyphen.
I'm very close with him. I couldn't change my name, but I'll just use the slogan. It works. And there's going to come a time where that's kind of dated out, and I'm gonna have to come up with something. But I'll ride that horse as long as it'll go.
Right.
Yeah.
I think "Let's Go" is short for Lawrence. Like that is the nickname. I think
that's that's a good point.
It's shortening.
Get some get some opinions on that.
When we get called in the CCRCC role and Dominic Brandon, let's go. I'm like, oh, he's got the whole room roaring.
Oh yeah, just the other night. Yeah, that was fun. Yep. I'm gonna keep doing that.
Yep.
I love it.
It's good.
Just a reminder. A reminder.
Yeah. So if we can just get Terry to say another rhino bites the dust or whatever.
And I love that whole scenario with the NASCAR race and how that played out because it was undeniable. The media lies.
Yep.
And Biden sucks.
Yep. And everyone knows it.
Just so everybody knows, and you can deny that and pretend the media is not lying, right. And you can deny that and pretend that Trump is like crazy or a criminal. Yep. You can live in that fantasy world, but this is just a reminder that we all know the truth.
Yep.
Biden sucks as a president. He might be a nice, well, I don't think he's nice at all. I think he's a creep.
Corrupt.
But he, I don't know what he'd be good at. But anyway, he sucks as a president. And
how long has it been?
Yeah, he's a good politician. He's good at like winning little races.
And that's not a compliment.
But Biden sucks and the media lies. And we all know it. And we all know that we all know. We all know that you know, and you guys all know that we know, and everyone just knows.
Right.
I actually feel bad. I feel bad for Biden at this point.
I don't.
He's a tool.
He's
such a creep. I have no pity for him. If he wasn't a creep, I might feel bad for him. But I
mean this way.
Like
I guess. So that's what I mean. No sane person would say, I want to continue to be the president. Did you watch him sign a bill? And he's like trying to hand out the pen. Oh, yeah. And you just look at his face and.
Yeah.
Well, no. And then like the other day, he got off the Marine One and he couldn't get his jacket on and his glasses fell off with his stupid mask. It was like, this is.
In that instance, I feel bad.
This is just falling.
It's the biggest insult to America.
And he's gonna run again. Really?
Biggest insult to America since the founding.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh, yeah. Think of another
when I say I feel bad for him, if people really loved this guy and cared about him, no matter how much of a bag of shit he is,
take him home and take care of him.
Somebody should be like, dude, you need to be
help him find a pond to feed the fish.
Come take your insurance.
We need to get somebody here to take care of you, and you need to go back home and enjoy the lake, looking at it, eating ice cream,
seeing the great grandkids,
using your pasta gloves when you eat pasta. Just enjoying life.
Spend time with the grandkids. The bastard ones too, all of them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez.
Most of them. Achoo.
All right, let's get to the podcast. Okay. We're over 30 minutes behind the scenes.
This part's way more fun though.
It is. It absolutely is.
Unfiltered.
But I have to do 2 videos now.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
On that note, welcome back to the pod. You just had to hit it, didn't you?
Sorry, dude.
One of you.
I'm set. I'm ready.
All right.